So the new Nintendo Direct just dropped this morning, and there is so much to talk about as they revealed all kinds of details about the Nintendo Switch 2. Obviously, we got the new Mario Kart game, we've now got GameCube games coming to the online expansion pass, we've got a FromSoft game coming exclusively to the Nintendo Switch, and there was that epic closer of a new 3D Donkey Kong game. There's a lot to talk about, and let me tell you, please go play F-Zero GX when it's out, because I do believe that it's the greatest racing game ever made. With that being said, this is a Zelda and Metroid channel, so I'm mostly going to stay in my lane on this one. And the other thing is, I'm not really going to be informing you on all the details of what went down in the Direct, because I imagine the amount of people who are going to be seeing this video and didn't watch the Direct itself is going to be a very, very small number. So first off, as I recently predicted in my video about the Zelda games we needed, we did get a third Hyrule Warriors game, and this one is Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. This one is exciting. It's basically going to be telling us in detail of what happened when Zelda was taken back in time, as she is fighting the forces of evil alongside of Rauru. I will definitely be picking this one up as I love the Hyrule Warriors games. But what I should say about these games is that they are really fun, but if you haven't played them, I should let you know they're not your typical Zelda game. They're a much faster pace, there's a lot of hacking and slashing, and some Zelda fans do think they get kind of boring over time because they can be a bit repetitive. Personally, I like the old school God of War and Ninja Gaiden games, but it's a little more along that same vein, where the gameplay's just super fast and there's tons of action and tons of hacking and slashing, so unless you're a fan of that genre itself, this one might not jive with you. But like I said before, I'll be looking to pick this one up. It's not really a showstopper for the Zelda franchise, but it was something that we were anticipating, and I am excited to see that it's finally on its way. Now we got to see a little bit, just a little bit more footage of Metroid Prime 4. But to me, the most exciting part about this footage is I think it gave us confirmation that the original trailers that we saw for Metroid Prime 4 were on Switch 1 hardware. This one that they showed looks like it's the Switch 2 edition, because the quality just looks so much better. Everything looks sharper, everything looked much more clear, and all the various details in the background just stood out that much more. Again, in total, it's like around a 30 to 40 second clip, so there's really not much we found out new, because even like 15 seconds of that were stuff we had already seen, given in lesser quality. But the fact that we're gonna have Metroid Prime 4 and gonna be able to play it in 4K and as fast as 120 frames per second is just incredible, man. It is such a good time to be a Metroid fan. Obviously, there's a lot to dissect in the world of Metroid, and within the next couple days, they are going to have a Nintendo Treehouse session where they're going to be showing a lot of the gameplay. And obviously, I'll be doing videos on that, so please stay tuned for those videos. Then the detail that certainly got me the most excited was the reveal that Nintendo GameCube games will be available on the Switch 2 if you have the online expansion pass. And of course, one of the games that we're getting is The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I will say, there is a little bit of a mixed reaction to this Wind Waker reveal, because it looks like we're just getting it ported from the GameCube version. And I know a lot of people would have liked to have seen the HD version from the Wii U. Personally, I own a Wii U, and I do have Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on that console, so that's not necessarily me, but I do sympathize with a lot of people who might be a bit frustrated that we won't have the HD version on the Switch 2, or at least yet. That could potentially be revealed later on in a package deal as a Twilight Princess and Wind Waker bundle, but I kinda doubt it if we're just gonna be able to play the GameCube games here. With that being said, they did not announce Twilight Princess, and I am kinda wondering why they didn't do that. Maybe that's just because they want to give everybody time to sit and play through Wind Waker, and then get everybody hyped up later with a Twilight Princess reveal, or maybe they're looking to upgrade The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess altogether. It's tough to say. Something else we got in the world of Zelda is actually one of my favorite fighting games of all time, which is Soul Calibur 2, where you can play as Link. Now, I'm not just going to be a Nintendo fanboy about this Direct, because I do have some legitimate concerns and frustrations as well. One of those is the fact that we do now have confirmation that digital games will be $80, and I'm hearing that physical games might be as high as 90 United States dollars. That is insane. And I understand that there's an argument that way back in the day, when we were paying $50 for games in the early 2000s, inflation has affected us so much that in reality, we might have been paying more for games back then. I get that. That makes sense. But we just went from the normal industry standard of $60 games to $90 games so abruptly. And of course, I'm going to get Metroid Prime 4, I'm going to upgrade to the better versions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but for games that I'm kind of sitting on the fence about, I can now say pretty positively that I'm not going to be spending $80 to $90 on a Donkey Kong game. $60? Absolutely. $70? Maybe. But $80 to $90? I'm not doing it. I gotta be honest, this one did leave a bit of a sour taste on what was otherwise an incredible Nintendo Direct. It's already going to be enough just to get your foot in the door, as I'm going to be paying $500 for the bundle with Mario Kart. But then you have to get the Pro controllers and the camera if you want that, and all the various games that are going to be $80. And personally, I'm physical only, which might mean $90. That's just really steep. And it means that my library of Nintendo Switch 2 games might be a lot smaller than my library of Switch 1 games. But those are just my thoughts. As I mentioned, I'll be breaking down a lot more stuff on Metroid Prime 4 and the various Zelda games that we've got coming, including upgraded versions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which is really exciting. So let me know in the comments section below. Are you excited? Were you disappointed by anything not being included? And how do you feel about the price hikes? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Metroid and Zelda content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.